I'm really thankful that Jen left, because my first 2 days in this game, I was really sick. I was vomiting up everything that I was trying to take down. I couldn't get down any of the fruit that I was eating. The electrolyte water was just coming right back up. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I hadn't peed in a day. But this morning I just woke up, brand new start. Jen was like the only one who really had seen me throw up. And now that she's gone, I'm feeling like good. I don't think, so realistically, that was my biggest concern, is like, am I healthy? But now that I feel healthy, like, my head is so in this game, I'm feeling super strong.
But for Jen, after she was voted out, so I was like paranoid. Jen played so hard at the end there. Like, she got me really thinking, and you know, I wasn't gonna flip. That wasn't the intent. But I guess somebody went to her, and we're thinking it's Bruce, went to her kind of right on Thursday, yesterday. I was like, oh, Bobby's been throwing out your name all day. I'm like, where the hell is this coming from? Like, because I didn't. Like, we were like, okay, this is the boot order, but I didn't throw anything out. So then Jen wanted to get rid of me, thinking that we were rivals.
Bruce was the obvious first vote, and we all did it no problem. The next vote, I wanted to go to Christine because Jen liked me more, I think. But then when we pitched Christine to Jen, Jen was like, nope, I'm not gonna vote for her, and kind of dug herself a grave. So the guys switched and I couldn't switch them back. So Jen went then.
So we're literally walking into tribal, and Christine, who I've been close with, she said, let me know how I can help kind of further herself in the game. And I said, vote Jen. And literally, like, within like a 5-minute time period, it went from like, it potentially could have been Bobby to it went right back to Jen. I haven't felt the whole time like I'm necessarily trying to like take the lead on anything. I sort of want to let everyone sort of feel like they're taking the lead, and I'm the rudder, and I sort of like get things back on track. That was my first sign, though, that this fractures.
Well, I knew Angela was gonna go. I was trying to not get her to go, but then it just seemed like the right thing to do at the moment, because I really thought we were gonna get 6, and the whole idea was just to keep the whole like our team was like in denial that we were going to have to split up at some point, but there were totally factions that people weren't talking about, and there's this like little like, let's be all happy and just talk as a group, and I'm like, we got to talk together, we got to get off and do some strategizing. This is bullshit, and it was really hard to do today.
Right now, I said, and it was like this morning, it was like this last night, like instantly it was me and Colin, and then I roped Travis in because I like got a connection with Travis right away. So it was me, Colin, Travis. Colin says we can bring in Anthony. So it was me, Colin, Travis, and Ant. And the 4 of us are like tight. We're like doing some shit. Like not Final Four, but like we're a tight alliance. And we were debating on who we wanted to be our 5th. Colin asked Julia, and Julia would give like kind of like, yeah, like a, we don't think it's a real yeah. So Colin is like kind of concerned about that. So we don't think Julia's gonna actually be our 5th. Most likely we're just gonna pick one random person if it comes to the point where we have to get a 5th.
But we also kind of made like a small pact with UPA to, in any tribe scenario, that we will look out for each other. It was definitely made by other members of my tribe. I've just been keeping a good rapport with a lot of the members, but my tribe has more so initiated that. I honestly, Zika has come across to a lot of us as that tribe who, is a little more standoffish, and we try to get to know them, and it's definitely some people on that tribe that I would be willing to work with and willing to see where their head is at, but it's just, I wouldn't want to like turn my back 100% on my tribe if that's the route we're willing to take. If we're able to stay Kia strong, I wouldn't want to, completely turn my back to them so early in the game. But I know at some point it will have to happen, because I've been there, done that, and know how I got to get myself to the end.
I've totally found my place within this tribe of 5, which is exactly the 5 that I thought I was in. So I need to do a victory dance at the moment, because things have gone exactly the way that I've planned and thought and imagined them to be. So I feel good about that. I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't feel too obvious to everybody else. I still feel really great with Greasy and with Justin, and I feel good about Luke and Becca, and it's just about figuring out how those 3 can keep the other two from seeing that they're not part of the three. Justin, Gracie, and myself. That's what I at least think the three is. Who knows, maybe the three is something else and I'm on the outs, but I truly do feel super comfortable within those three.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. I think every time we vote someone out, we're like, this is now our core group, this is now our core group. But on day one, I very quickly approached Gracie and Louie and said, I want this three. Kind of who we pull in as 4s and 5s around that has shifted almost every vote. But those have always been kind of my two people that I count on and have really relied on, especially this last vote. I thought it was likely going to be me, and it was really because of them, and they were able to help turn Luke and Becca, I think. So it's really good to have two people you can trust.
I mean, right now, a swap would be great, just so we're not voting each other out. I feel comfortable for the next 2 votes if we were to stay together. It would be Luke and then Becca. And then it would be whatever. There's a love triangle right now, so I don't know which link is gonna hold. We all are saying we're each other's one, so we don't know which one's gonna stick.
If we don't have to go through another tribal, I'm loyal to every single one of them. Those are my guys. Like all 5 of them, I feel really strong with them. I think we all feel the same. I think for a final 3, Luke and Gracie. I think I feel really, really good about it, and I know Luke does too. I think Luke does too. And I think Gracie does too. But yeah, I think that would be the best.
Well, honestly, it wasn't a hard vote out for some people, I don't think, last time. It was a hard vote out for me. I didn't want, if I was choosing who was going, I would have wanted Louie to go. He's never initiated a one-on-one conversation with me, whereas I know William was all over the place, but I really do think his top 2 were me and Becca, I think. And he had so many plans you couldn't know, so everybody else was against him. Even, Becca turned on him too at the end. So you just can't keep that around. I'd rather have more harmony in the tribe and be able to work with everybody rather than keep William and potentially piss off Louie and Justin. This way, me and Gracie can stay in the middle where we've been the whole time because that's my girl and everything she says to me is 100%. If she blindsided me, my jaw would hit the floor. I think there's no chance that me and her are gonna betray each other.
Yeah. Should we scoot over? I think we should scoot over. Sure. Please go scoot over.
Okay, you got to take back immunity.
You've always wanted to do that.
I wanted to so much.
Immunity's back up for grabs. This time we are playing for a single immunity winner. The other 2 tribes will have independent dates with me at Tribal Council. Did I get that one more clear? Yes. All right. Kia, Zika, you have an extra member. You each have to sit one out on this challenge. Can't sit out anyone who sat out your last challenge. This challenge is called Piece It Together. You are going to need to have one person who's going to serve as a caller. The rest of your tribe is going to be blindfolded and are going to be sent by your caller into the field to gather sets of puzzle pieces. Once you have your set of pieces, your caller is going to call you back. You're going to place your piece on the table. Once all 6 pieces are on the table, the blindfolded folks take off their blindfolds and you will solve the puzzle as a tribe. There are 6 square pieces of wood that represent your puzzle pieces. The puzzle that you're looking to build is a box. The way you're going to assemble the puzzle is by matching up lines that you see on the outside of the box. Each line will match up with one other line. All lines will be visible. So no lines on the bottom of the box, no lines on the inside of the box.
I can follow
4 people.
directions
One
also,
sitting.
I don't mind being blindfolded and not, unless you want to sit me out. But I cannot be a caller.
I'll blindfold. I'm good.
Does anyone want to be the caller or have a good voice?
Okay, so you know what I'm saying? Like, just be super clear with your directions. Or if you want to just say keep going, you keep going.
You feel good about calling?
Yeah, 100%.
He's confident.
I can say it. That's fine.
You sure?
It's okay. Yeah.
The only reason I would say blindfolded is I'll just be super aggressive and like run after. Like I don't care about being blindfolded. I'm just
Can your voice carry that far though, all the way over there?
I'll do a high circumference.
Yeah. Are you all right with that? I don't want to like put you in a spot.
You don't want to do it in very hard position
Yeah.
the whole time.
I'll take it from you if you want me to. I just feel like I can build a box.
We have the least valid.
You're not going to lose it. It's going to be all on the puzzle.
Squat up.
Do this. Squat up.
Survivors, ready, go!
Go straight.
Go straight out. All to go straight out. Julie, I want you to go right, straight. Now turn a little bit to the left. The rest of you guys keep going outside.
Go straight forward and keep going. Run until I tell you to.
Anthony, go left. Julia, get on the ground. Go to the left. Go straight. Travis, stay right there. Travis, go.
This one? Which one, Lance?
Don't stop.
This way.
Turn to your right hand, David. Yeah, you stop too. No, go back. Go back.
Fast as you can. I'll tell you where to stop.
Travis, I need you to go to the left.
Lance!
Travis, I need you to go to the left.
Right a little bit.
Yes. Come back. Just follow my voice.
Back up. To your left. Gracie, stop.
Right a little bit. Here. Where's you going? Follow my voice.
Bobby, right here. Bobby, come here. Bobby, right here.
Travis, I need you to go to the left.
Come. Over, right.
Anthony, to the right now.
Good.
To the right. Go. Turn right.
Right, Take a left.
Collins, go straight. Collins, straight. Collins.
Left.
Collins, go left. Travis, straight. Yes, I need you to go to the left, Julia. Left. All right, now go to the now. Collins, stay straight. Travis, go to the left. Left. On the ground. Keep going. Go straight. Up. All right, Julia. Now you make a right. Keep going.
Man.
Keep doing that. Slow down.
Slow down. And then reach down and feel around.
Travis, forward. Make a 90 degrees to the right. Yes, straight.
No.
Yes. No. Down, Gracie.
She just moved it. Up. She just moved back.
Yes,
Travis.
Gracie,
Go,
come
everybody,
to
run.
Collins, left.
Lance, where'd I go?
Follow my voice. Come. Anthony, back up. Behind you. Where your butt is, go back where your butt is.
Who are you talking to?
No, you stay. Rachel, keep going forward. You got it. You go. Keep going. A little bit left, Rachel. Go straight. Right there. Go straight. You're going about another.
Keep going on the ground. Now feel for pieces.
Keep going down.
Back up a little bit. Collins.
Left.
Okay.
Down by your feet.
Travis, back up. I mean, Colin.
Feel around towards your left. Back up.
Colin, go to your left.
Forward.
Straight.
Julia, no, down.
Colin, sit right there for 1 second. Julia, go right. Right, Julia, right. Stay on your feet. Julia, stay on your feet. Go to the right. Keep going to the right.
No.
Julia, get on your feet. Go to the right.
Feel what he's
Make a 90 degree.
Go left. He's sitting. He's right on it.
Back, keep where your butt is. Go that direction. And turn around and do it. Now go straight.
Come to me. I'm over here.
Make a 90 degree. Julia, go over to the right. Straight.
Cup.
Wait, Julia. Colin, stop right there. Julia, go to the left. Stand up. Hey, get on the ground. Feel for a piece. Get on the ground. And walk. Go up a little bit. Pass the pole. Right there. That's your piece to the right of you. To the back. Where your leg is. No, the other piece where your foot is. Yes, come back. Wait, stop. I need you to go to the left.
And then stop. And then feel down there. I can't see where it is.
Back up.
And then turn left.
Back up.
Turn left and feel. And then turn more left. Feel around. I can't tell if there's any. Feel around. Come back.
Louie, where? Now where?
Feel. Yes, you got it. Here, come at me. Run. You got it.
Louie, this way.
Up to your left. You're right. Julia, don't move. You can go in the water. Turn to your right.
Turn all the way around.
Now go straight, Julia.
Go forward.
Go. Take right, a little bit more. And then go forward. You got it, buddy. Go, right there. Bobby, go. You're wide open. You got like 30 feet. Go. Slow down. Bobby, go down. And then pieces. Bobby, feel to your right. Feel to your right. There's something. It's in there.
Here's my other piece. I'm trying to see where my last is.
Come to
a little bit more. Back up a little bit more. To your right.
Come towards me.
Go to your right. Shift it to your right. Go down. Back up with your butt. All right, go on the ground for pieces.
Justin, stop. Turn left.
Bobby, stop. Come at me.
Down.
Yes, back my boy.
Feel around for a piece.
It's my last piece.
Got 4.
Follow my boy.
Justin, careful the dip. Straight forward.
Okay, Julia, go straight forward.
Come on, pass them mama.
Go to the left a little bit. Now turn around. Turn completely around. Straight, and now you're going to hit the
Hustle,
table.
baby, hustle.
Julia.
We'll hustle.
Straight.
We'll hustle.
Julia.
Just got a piece left. Your hands up.
Yes, everyone's blindfolds up.
Okay, Anthony, go straight, diagonal, straight. Turn to the left a little bit. Straight. Now, straight right there. Now, get on the ground. Turn to the right. Get on the ground. Now go up. Just go straight up and feel on the ground. Keep going. On the ground. Feel with your left hand. To the left. Back up, Anthony, a little bit. Julia, wait right there. Yes, come back, Julia. Follow my voice back. Julia, follow my voice back. Anthony, follow my voice back. Here. Continue following my voice. Anthony, straight ahead and put it on the table. Straight ahead. Take your blindfolds off. So sorry. I did not see where that last piece was. So pieces are moving.
Okay, so mine's here. Make it a box.
Mine's here.
Mine's got a line
You're
up.
trying to build a box.
Yeah,
The
it's in
box
here.
will not completely cover the sides.
The lines are going to be on the outside.
All of the lines will touch another line. They'll all be visible on the outside.
From the outside.
All the lines will be visible on the outside. The top will not completely cover the sides. The sides will be flush with each other and the base.
So which one has 4 on all sides? C, R.
Guys,
This one is 1 and 2.
So over this?
no, on top's not going to match.
Yeah, because there's no roof, remember?
Wait.
This one has 0.
All of the lines will be visible
box is complete.
So that means this will be a top?
I think they stand up like this.
No, the bigger one. This is the top.
Say all lines will be visible.
That goes right there. Yep, right there.
Okay.
Check. Coupons getting close, are they correct?
See, wait, okay, what? And then this goes here.
All lines will touch another line. Coupon wins!
That is the
Where was that?
Either way, we.
Hey, good job on that, by the way.
Awesome.
I couldn't see any pieces, so you guys were the heroes.
I was starting to
Coupon! Congratulations!
No, I'm talking about
So Julia and Anthony would be my top two. That's my plan of who I'm moving forward with. And Julia is the only one that knows I have an idol. I'm going to tell her, like, I'm going to play this idol for you. If a situation comes up where you need it, keeping your allies in the game is how you're going to get to the end. So I feel like keeping her around is going to be in my best interest for sure.
So we were all done searching there, and Colin and I were right in the same area, and he grabbed it, and I just pretended like I didn't see that he had it. But he knows that I saw it, and he told me it was Immunity Idol. So that's what happened.
It's in my bag. So I haven't heard anyone talk about searching bags. So as long as that stays the same, then I'll leave it there. But I considered the idea of trying to hide it somewhere else, but I was like, I don't want to get swapped and then it's stuck here. And so I was like, I have to keep it with me at all times.
Julia talked to me today about how she want to go far in the game with me. So I'm like, I'm working with that. And I wanted to work with Anthony, but I just don't know if his loyalty lied more with Samantha or with me.
Dude, I like Julia. I think I have a pretty good bond with Julia, but she's really close to the best, I think, when it comes to game stuff. So she is hard to read. I think she's very savvy. I think she, regardless of what I do, I think she's going to make it deep into the game. She's very good socially and not like super up here strategy like talent or athletically, but she's solid, but not enough to be like, we need to get her like for that. And I think she's just gonna cruise, like kind of not have too much trouble going down. I think, but I think I have a good bond with her, and I think depending on the situation, she could be a good ally too. I think any of them honestly could be a good ally. Lance, I think I'm pretty solid with Lance too. And I think the pros of trying to make sure I'm tight with him is that I think he could end up being a big threat too, especially in swap scenarios. But I don't think there's any chance I'd ever, like, I think we get down to 2 people and I would be not voted out, is my feeling. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's kind of where I feel like I literally couldn't be doing better on this tribe.
Sam, last time we were here, Lance mentioned Angela's name and yours. You're still here.
Yeah, I am.
Anything change? Are you still the target?
I'm sure hoping something changed. I don't know. Honestly, like, we were really banking on winning that challenge because we're really tight. Like, we're really tight. So it's just gonna hurt no matter what happens, you know?
We talked to Zeke about this last time. Seems like the first group of votes, nobody ever wants to vote somebody out, but from our end, they're fairly predictable. It seems like we're getting to a point now, though, where these become the time when you're making a defining moment for the rest of the group. Colin, what do you think about that?
I would agree. I think that there are just certain votes that kind of will set the tone for the next several steps of the game. And I would say that we're definitely coming up on some of those for sure.
Julia, what's your thoughts? I keep going back to this, you know, there's this looming idea of swap, and then there's challenges that keep on happening. Has anybody sat down among Kia and said, let's think of plan A, plan B? Is there going to be a swap? If so, this is what we're going to do. If not, this is where we're headed.
Yeah, I've been trying to think through all the plans, but they never work out quite right. So I think like even when we were talking about it's definitely at 6. It's definitely at 6 each that we'll move. And then we like do the, he's got a bag. We're definitely picking for tribes. You know, we were just like so convinced that it was going to be at 6 people that now, and then we were so convinced we were not going to lose that. So it's just, you constantly have to rethink your game.
We asked this, I didn't tell you, obviously UPenn had an opportunity to sit in on these tribals for winning that. They've exercised that again, so they're here. We asked UPenn when they were in last, it seemed like a concerted effort, obviously, in the log tossing to take out Zika. It made sense. They had 7, you guys had 6. We moved on to the flip out, and it seemed like there was still a concerted effort to take out Zika. You're nodding in agreement, Travis. What was the thinking behind that?
Yeah, they're just a really strong tribe, and we don't really want to see them at the end, and they know it. We kind of heard them saying they ganged up on us, so they know what we're doing right now.
Okay. So Lance, last time you put 2 names out. Where are we at now? Are you willing to go that far now, or are we going to just have to wait and see?
I mean, Survivor is such an unpredictable game, and this, we honestly didn't expect it. We love, when we first saw the initial tribe, and as dynamics started to form, we saw this 6 moving forward in a swap scenario or a merge scenario, and we had a good relationship with UPenn based on their vibe, and they loved our vibe. So, we expected our 6, their 6 to go forward, but that didn't happen. And now it's to the point of unpredictability. Who is that low man of the totem pole? And I'm honestly scared.
You're worried it might be you.
Yeah, nobody should feel safe right now.
Yeah. Take us through, Anthony. So I announced UPenn wins the last immunity, and it's 10 minutes between there and here. What's going on with you guys?
Felt like 10 seconds, but pretty much what's been happening since the nature of this game you guys are on, it goes very quick. So there's not much time. It's whispers here, whispers there. We had about 45 seconds to break off, which we didn't do very successfully. So it's basically just hope that the whispers you make is what's going down.
So I'm thinking that whoever's name comes out of the urn here is going to be surprised?
Probably. I would be.
Okay. What a good lead in then.
Not that surprising.
Colin, let's get to the vote. You're up. Reminder, no talking.
I'm about 95% sure this is what's happening, but I'm not positive, and that is terrifying.
Tally the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time. I'll read the votes. First vote, Lance. Lance. 2 votes, Lance. Travis. 2 votes, Lance. 1 vote, Travis. Lance. Lance, that's 4. That's enough. Need you to bring me your torch.
Good game, y'all. Y'all killed it, okay?
Lance, the tribe has spoken.
Love y'all too.
Time for you to go.
All right.
And it's just like, I didn't watch Survivor enough. I didn't follow Survivor Challenge. On production for another series, like, I know the telltale signs. And it's honestly a good thing that they got me out, because let me have made it to a swap scenario, let me have made it to a merge, you would have been fighting an uphill battle to take Lance down.
So I had a couple ideas coming in. First of all, the physical way that I prepared was I tried a 3-day fast, and you know, I did it and it was okay, but I was constantly surrounded by like food, and I was in college and it was just like, oh my gosh, this is so ridiculously hard. But out here, you know, I don't even have that availability. So while I'm starving, it's not like detrimental. Other than that, the other thing that I wanted to do was, if I could find like a Denise-like player, like a really athletic, really level-headed, older woman, I wanted to align with her because I think it's sort of an unsuspecting pair. And Christine actually brought this up. She said, me and Jen don't feel like we can vote you out because we feel like you're my kid. The other thing that I realized was nobody wants to get told what to do by a 19-year-old. I want these people to write me off as a non-entity, so that when the time comes where I can start moving freely and talking to people without people getting really worried, that's when I'm gonna start making my moves. That's when I'm gonna start building my resume.
And I've played these games before, but this is probably the least faith I've ever had in an alliance. Like, I knew it would get me through the challenges that we've had so far today, but even now there's still part of me that doesn't really fully like feel safe within it. Brendan, I don't know why, I just haven't trusted him. My guts just told me not to trust him from the beginning, and you got to trust your gut in this game. But I mean, I've worked with him to this point because I felt like it's one of my better options, one of those things I'd rather keep my enemies closer than necessarily my friends. And I mean, he has told me that I'm his top guy, but I know that him and Bobby and David all talk a lot, so there's definitely part of me that fears that they're going to try and turn on me and Rachel. Me and Rachel already talked about it, that it's more than likely it's going to be David in the middle deciding.
David and I feel like David and I hit it off because of sleeping together. Basically, neither of us slept a second, and that was a very odd bonding experience. I'm sure you feel the same, where it's like you don't talk to these people for 8 hours straight, but it's like, oh man, we just went through the exact same thing, and I know that you were awake just as long as I was, and I don't know. And then just him and I both also being strong in challenges, I feel like kind of like helped build that. And Rachel, Brendan, and Austin wanted me to pull in David, so I was kind of the fourth on them. And then me and Rachel kind of hit it off well early on, and I knew Brendan was up for it, so they said, oh, we'll bring in Austin. So it's like we're able to kind of bring that all together. It's hard to say where I feel like I am in the alliance, but I think that we'll just take it slow, and you know, there's a lot of game to get through.
I mean, you know, within the final 5, I would, in our team, I would think it'd probably be like me, Bobby, and
Rachel or me, Bobby and Brendan.
I shared with them that I was a military veteran, something I thought I was going to hide. In a small group of them, I shared my spinal injury with and all my history. I thought I was going to keep that, but I could tell that it felt like I was holding back, and I didn't want people thinking I was sketchy. So when there was a small group of us, I shared. They were very much like, wow, you did really well out there for having, like, I was in a wheelchair. I didn't want to tell them because I didn't want to be considered a liability. I didn't want to feel like, oh, now I can tell them, like, oh, I'm in excruciating pain. I was on pain medicine for 23 years. I went off of it for the first time ever. I've been off it for months, like 2 months now, to prepare for this, and I realized I don't need it. Today, I'm questioning some of that, but it was good.
That's fair.
Zika, with UPenn winning the last community, they again had the option to sit in, and so they are here to observe.
Get all the good.
Why? So we're at an interesting point in the game now. I think a lot of the votes that happened early on, like we talked about, fairly predictable. Both of the last couple of votes for UPenn, and then we just heard from Kia. It seems like we're reaching a crucial point in the game, where the next vote could mean, how is this group going to go forward now? I just want you to talk about, Austin, what does that look like from your point of view?
You know, you just gotta, it's always tough, and everybody says that every tribal, so you just gotta move forward, keep your head in the game, and just move forward the best you can, and make of the game what you can.
Bobby, 5-5-5 after this vote.
Yeah.
Have you felt the pressure coming from the other two tribes?
I mean, these guys seem to dominate when, you know, they have to really pull it out, so that's all I can say for that. But 5-5-5 is definitely interesting. You know, in terms of the even swap, it's not really a good number for that, so are we going to keep going? Yeah, we'll see.
So Brendan, you had a little bit of extra time back there. Take me through what happened. You lost the challenge. I told you you're coming in second. What was the conversation?
Man, it's just so tough because as a tribe, we've all grown so close. So, you know, I don't think anybody wants to come forward and make any of these decisions. So for a vote like today, I think it's mostly just going to come down to intuition.
Whose intuition, Rachel? Is everybody just going to go back there and write down what they feel, or what's been happening in terms of sub-alliances?
It was kind of weird. We were back there and we all talked about not game things as a group. No one broke off. I mean, I'm sure there were some eyes going on, but you gotta trust who you trust, and I mean, even the split, like it's scary, boy girl kind of thing. But you just gotta figure it out as you go.
Christine, you were nervous at the last tribal. How you feeling now? Things changed? Anything solidify, or are you still feeling like you're on the hot seat?
I know I'm on the hot seat, but I've had some heat exhaustion today. My feet look like a science experiment. I get it. Yeah.
David, what's your wisdom for the tribe? How do you make this vote that still makes sense for Zika? Should you be continuing versus if there is some sort of merger swap? How do you try to sort that out, because the vote's at hand?
Today came really fast. You know, last couple of days it was fun. We felt like we're kind of, you know, big group going camping together, and it's been a roller coaster. Yesterday we weren't winning the first to back up on Wednesday night. We won. We were feeling pretty good. We had a great night Wednesday night, and then yesterday we were close, but we basically came in last. And then this morning we started hot, and then here we are. We're back 5-5-5.
I'll just give it one last, if anybody has anything they want to say to the rest of the tribe, make a last pitch before we get to the vote. I'll give you a chance. Christine makes a pants adjustment. All right, let's get to the vote. Christine, you're up.
It doesn't matter. had numb fingers and about to pass out for about 3 hours now. But he hasn't had a vote, so let him get one. Get a little paranoid. Really love this game. It's pretty awesome.
Absolute inspiration. Unfortunately, Wednesday night we just made this alliance of 5, and had that not happened, I would have loved to work with you. You were honestly a complete asset to the challenges. It was incredible, so thank you.
I'm going to tally the votes. Don't you want to play it? That'll be the time. I'll read the votes. Christine. Bobby. 1 vote Christine. 1 vote Bobby. Christine. Christine. 3 votes Christine, 1 vote Bobby. Christine, that's 4. That's enough. We need to bring you your choice. Christine, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
I'm leaving my blanket for y'all too. But this is so out of my comfort zone. Maybe midlife crisis. I turn 45 next month, and I felt like for me, this is so out of my zone, and the fact that I did it, and like I'm gonna watch this back and be like, damn, she was pretty good.
I did that.
Yeah. So this is everything, and I'm not ruling out the real thing.